Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, and with me, as always, is Jiunn Liu. How you doing, Jiunn?
Good.
So today we are talking about the Big Papi by David Ortiz. This is a Toro-ish cigar, 6 inches by 54 ring gauge. Comes out of the Tabacalera El Artista factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano Claro. Binder is Criollo 98, and the filler is from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. Blended by David Ortiz, kind of at the, kind of, I guess, under the watch of the El Artista team. But he definitely had a big hand in blending this cigar because it's his personal blend. Um, Price point on the cigar is $11, and the release of the cigar was in August of 2016. So with all the cigar details out of the way, Jiunn, what was your pre-light experience like?
I had a very good pre-light experience. I thought the wrapper, I pegged it at Colorado Red wrapper shape, which I absolutely love that wrapper shape. Very pleasing to the eye. Wrapper felt sturdy and structured. Things well pressed, seems tight. Cigars packed full of tobacco. It felt very weighty on the hand with very little give. The head is finished off with a thick welt adhere triple cap. Uh, Nosing the wrapper, I got wet earth, cedar, and barnyard. Nosing the foot, barnyard, sweet nuttiness, and cedar. And on the cold draw, I got some cedar, cardboard, and hay.
Yeah, for me, a medium brown wrapper, some darker marbling on it. There were a couple of very prominent veins, including two that kind of go all the way up to the head. The seams are easily visible, but they're smooth. Three well-applied triple caps. Three well-applied triple caps. Well-applied triple cap. Let's see. Cigar has two bands. Primary band has a silhouette of Big Papi kind of doing his traditional tribute to the sky at home plate after he hits a home run, along with the name of the cigar on it. Um, and the band is primarily white with red borders and red pinstriping. The second band is a red cloth foot band. The aroma from the wrapper is hay and leather, and the foot aroma is just hay. Pre-light draw was like a mellow graham cracker, and there was kind of a mid-level spiciness that I was getting on my lips. So flavor-wise, what was your experience like?
Starting from the first third, I felt like the cigar wasted no time delivering a very rustic, like a powerhouse of flavors. I got smoky wood, dry black pepper, sweet and spicy cedar, dry minerality, and a residual dry jalapeno, kind of a consistency of like a heated spiciness. And I started getting this bright fruit, which was very unique in the sense because all the other flavors that I talked about was so earthy and rustic in nature. Through the nose, intense black pepper, as well as that sweet and spicy cedar. Finish is long and lingering with sweet and spicy cedar, dry jalapeno like spicy heat, and faint bread. Body was at the medium level, string somewhere between medium full. Moving on to the second third, as well as last third, because I felt like the second and last third mimic each other. Um, but the profile started to smooth out quite a bit. I started getting still that smoky wood, dry black pepper, sweet spicy cedar, dry minerality, and that residual jalapeno spiced heat, and that bright stone fruit. I also started getting a consistent leather note, starting from the beginning of the second third. Through the nose, intensified black pepper, spicy cedar, and faint dried nuts. Finish continued to be long and lingering with a smooth residual jalapeno-like heat, spicy cedars, and smoky wood. Body was still at medium, but string started to go from medium to medium full, starting from the second third. So all in all, very a rustic presentation. Um, the spice and that wood delivery almost reminded me of like a Lido Gomez cigar, and how very distinct Lido Gomez cigars delivers that especially that wood mixed with that heat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, initial draws for me brought a mix of leather and spicy cedar. At a quarter inch in, that spiciness kind of mellowed out quite a bit, and the leather moved to the background with the cedar up front. Um, Retro is like a slightly spicy cedar, and then an inch in, some cream joined in with that slightly spicy cedar, while still a bit of leather in the background. At inch and a half, spicy cedar transitioned to oak, and it kind of maintains some of that creaminess. That's kind of how that first third finished out, and the strength in that first third was slightly above medium. Second third, that slightly creamy oak profile continues. Retrohale is now like a very slightly charred oak. Half an inch in, the cream picks up a little sweetness, which kind of enhances that profile with the oak. And then 3/4 of an inch in, sweetness goes away. A slight bitterness joins in with the oak. And the retrohale is now a warm, toasty oak. And then 1.25 inches, that bitterness goes away and kind of just leaves that oak profile. And that's how the second third finishes. Strength kind of remains at that slightly above medium level. And then getting in the final third, oak's still the primary player. A slight bitterness kind of has joined back in. At 3/4 of an inch in, that bitterness kind of fades away again, and just that oak remains. And that profile kind of stays steady the rest of the way, but the strength level had kind of enhanced up a little bit to the medium full level. So performance-wise, what was your experience like?
I had a average burn and a perfect draw. So in terms of the burn, I smoked a cigar for 3 hours, which is really great. I had to do a full relight at the end of the first third. For some reason, the cigar just went out on me. Burn line was fairly wavy throughout the whole time. Ashes significantly flaky, averaging 1 inch ash marks. And like I was saying, the draw was perfect, which is in line with my expectations. I mean, I rarely find a Toro size cigar that has a crack draw.
Yeah. Burn line was a little bit wavy, but it always kept up with itself. And I was getting ashes that held on an 1.5 inch segments, so I can't really complain about that for like a cigar like this or Toro with like a 54 ring gauge on it. The draw was pretty firm for me, so I was taking some deliberate draws, but I don't feel that it had any negative effects for me. It didn't really get the cigar hot. I don't really feel like it kind of choked down the flavor level that I was getting. So, while it was still firm, I don't think that part had a negative effect. It was just kind of a negative effect that I knew I was having to take a draw and all that. So I was kind of paying attention to that. Overall, what were your thoughts on the cigar?
Um, I find most celebrity, especially celebrity type cigars, to be pretty gimmicky. I thought that this wasn't gimmicky. Smoking this cigar made me feel like, all right, this David Ortiz dude. I'm not a baseball fan, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's why I say David Ortiz dude. I'm sure he's really famous and popular. Uh, you know, it, it seems like this dude has a palate. You know what I mean? Like, and he's a cigar smoker. So that's always great. Um, I felt like the cigar was consistently good throughout the whole smoking time, and I really dug that unique delivery of that spice and woody aspect that I find in Dominican cigars, especially stuff that comes out of Lito Gomez and La Flor Dominicana. Um, I thought it was a really well blended collaboration in a cigar between Tabacalera, El Artista, and David Ortiz.
Yeah. Exact same thing that you thought of that I wrote in my review. Usually, when a cigar is attached to a celebrity or an athlete, first thing people think about is gimmick. So I don't think that's the case with this cigar at all. Carrying a nice profile, nice smoking experience. It's not the most complex cigar, but it's still an enjoyable cigar. I mean, you got the flavors there. The flavors are consistent. The experience is consistent. So you're not getting a bunch of change-ups, but the profile that you're getting is enjoyable. Strength level is a little bit of a medium, so it may not fit for everybody. But for the people that like a little bit of strength, I think this is one to give a try. I could definitely see myself sitting down with this to smoke during an evening baseball game, kind of during the summertime. Smoking time was right around 3 hours for me. That's kind of around the average of what a baseball game lasts. So just kind of sitting back, watching the game. I think more for an evening, not a day game. Day games for me are, kind of 10 a.m., not so much in the afternoon. But an evening baseball game, I think this is a perfect combination. So definitely, definitely something I thought was enjoyable and definitely didn't kind of fit that gimmick, kind of celebrity athlete type thing. So getting into the scores, I gave it a 6.47. You gave it a 6.93. How do you think that matches up with your experience?
Match as well. Consistent, good score throughout the whole smoking time. some points knocked off for the average bird, but offset by a perfect draw. And but really no big complaint there. But it was just a consistently good cigar, like you were saying.
Yep, agreed. Like I said, it just kind of it was consistent through. So it's not like you get a great first third and then it kind of drops off on you and you're disappointed that you didn't get the experience all the way through. This kind of it was good all the way through. So you just had that nice consistent experience. So it's not gonna win a bunch of awards or anything like that, but it's an enjoyable cigar and it's kind of I think people when they see a cigar attached to a celebrity or an athlete, it's like there's people that just kind of chase those down because they're maybe a casual cigar smoker and there's they see a name attached to it so they go for it. But I think the maybe the more geeky cigar guys are like, oh, another celebrity cigar, this can't be that good, so they already kind of dismiss it right away. But I think this is one that's worth trying. So if you're kind of on the fence if you want to try it or you don't want to try it, I think it's definitely something to try. So kind of see what you think about it. Any other thoughts from you on this cigar?
Mm-mm.
All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us, but also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com, and follow us on social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google+. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you on the next video.